So in this episode, we're going to be discussing an email I got from the developers of Charlie the Legend. Let's get started. So yes, that's right. I got an email from the developers of Charlie the Legend telling me how they are not happy that I keep referring to Charlie, whatever the hell his name is, as Chucky. So before we begin and get into that email, I'm going to touch on a few things for those of you that were wondering about this game. In no way, shape, or form will it be an online game. Right now, it's just a single player game. It's not asymmetrical survival horror. It's not multiplayer in any way. So with that said, this will be the last video of this game on this channel. We will not discuss this video any further after today. Now with all that said, let's take a look at what they had to say. Hi, I've seen your YouTube video talking about Charlie, and the truth is, I would have liked you to ask me before doing it, as you have done now since the game is not based on Chucky. The character is a doll possessed by a demon. Well, hold on, because I did actually try to contact them back on August of 28th. See that? August 28th. I did try to contact them. And is not called Charlie by Chucky, and I think he means or Charles Lee Ray. So in case you didn't see the video he's referring to, go ahead and click that white bar right there. But nowhere in that video did I say it was Chucky by Charlie or Charles Lee Ray. I said he looks exactly like Chucky. I said I think that they're calling him Charlie because, well, Charles Lee Ray, Chucky. Charlie is short for those. There's no way in hell you're going to sit here and tell me it has nothing to do with Chucky or Charles Lee Ray. I'm not that dumb. I have explained several times, and I think I'll not explain again, because it is clear that indeed the initial idea was to create a game based on Chucky, but after several months dealing with Universal, finally failed to get the license. That's why we decided to create our own story, and yes, the character is created over our 3D Chucky model, but that's something we already said would change during the development of the game, so the final character won't look like Chucky. So here's the problem with everything he said so far. First of all, again, yes, I did try to contact them on August 28th. See that for the second time? Next, he's trying to claim, well, we have no intent to use Chucky in the end. And we have stated this several times. Where? Where have they tried to state this? Maybe in some video on Twitch that's 4 hours long that nobody's going to pay attention to somewhere randomly in there? No. See, when a company doesn't respond to me, which is rarely the case, and actually this might be the only company that hasn't replied to me because of this channel, I'm going to go and I'm going to look at where you're backing money from. Kickstarter, Patreon, wherever it is you're asking for money. I'm going to get the info from there because, well, that's where you're trying to claim your money. And when I go to there and it's filled with pictures of Chucky after Chucky after Chucky after Chucky. See all these pictures of Chucky? Yeah. Nowhere do I see anything about them saying that this will not be the final representation of this character. Oh, no. It wasn't until you look in some fine little print as if this is some car dealer, all the way down here, where it states, note, the appearance of the skins may vary during game development, as well as the appearance of the original Charlie character. So basically the way that note reads is the same way fine print would look in the bottom of a car dealership commercial. First of all, it says may. May means it could or it couldn't. And also saying it may vary the skin, you're basically saying, well, I'll be giving you Savini Jason, but you may get part 4 skin instead. That's what it's saying. Now, if you want to be really open and crystal clear about this, you would simply say, just so you know, the final rendition of this skin will represent Chucky in no way, shape, or form. No, that's not what they're doing here. What they're doing is they're using the likeness of an already established character that has a heavy cult following and is copywritten for that matter in order to fund their game. That's literally what they're doing. Even to this day, a month or two after they've already came out and allegedly said that they're not going to be using Chucky, they're still showing you updates using the picture of Chucky. I would love for somebody to tell me, or them to tell me, how they are not doing this, how they're not continuously using a character that, again, already has an established cult following to use that likeness to fund a game. Because if they weren't, why spend so much time developing the game, making changes, adding to the map, creating all this new shit to the game, and continuously using the same character's likeness, which again is illegal. Yes, it is illegal to use a likeness of a copyrighted character or likeness of anybody for that matter without that consent and make money from it. Now, of course, if he wasn't making money from it, meaning if he wasn't making money from the Patreon, it wouldn't be illegal. But he's using that likeness to make money from the Patreon to fund his game. I would challenge anybody to go down in the comment section and in detail tell me how he is not doing that. But we're not done yet. Let's continue. It's okay to make funny videos on YouTube. The joke with your followers can be fun. But if you really are a good communicator and want to talk about the work that someone is doing with a lot of effort, again for the third time, where I attempted to make communication with them August 28th and they didn't communicate with me, the most appropriate is to first get accurate information and then make a video. Again, I'm not going to keep going into this, but... And then I got my information from what you put on a page that you're trying to collect money from and what you're actually doing. If they're two different things, right? That's misleading. That's false advertising. Again, that's using an already established character who has a major cult following and has a copyrighted likeness to fund your game. But we're not done yet. This is good so that the people do not have different versions of a single truth and does not harm who is doing the work. Thank you. I'm not harming anybody's work. Again, the person who doesn't want to communicate, them. The person who wants to use an already established character who has a major cult following and his copyrighted likeness in order to fund their video, I don't know how many times I got to say this, isn't me, them. I'm not doing anything. I'm reporting the information that's put out on their Patreon page. Their information. The pictures they're using of the likeness of an already established character that has, well, been copyrighted since the 80s. Yeah, it actually puts it clearly on the tier. Just as it clearly states that tiers are obtained with a first donation, and that it is not necessary to pay for a year as you said in your video. Actually, what I said in my video, literally, was, now it could just be they give you the key to unlock the skin for 1 month at $25, and you're technically paying $25 just for the skin. On the Patreon, it states, Patreon tiers are a gift, a way to thank you for your support, whatever the amount. You are not buying the tier. No, actually, you literally are buying the tier. That's the point of the tier. The payment. That's why there's different tiers, different amounts of money. You buy the tier. You get the gift with the tier. So yes, if you're paying for the tier to get the gift, then the gift isn't free because you're paying for it. This isn't this complicated. It's a thank you and will continue to include new tiers for those who donate monthly. You can cancel your donation at any time. You will receive your tiers anyway. If you know a little how Patreon works, you will know that people who support a project with continuity is because they want to. Nobody forces them to continue doing it unless to get tiers. The tiers are a way of thank you to support the Patreons. It is not something that is bought. Wait, what do you mean nobody pays for the tier? That's literally what you pay for on a Patreon page is the tier. You create a tier for money, and as the Patreon owner, you can create objects or things you want to give that person for paying for the tier. So in turn, you're paying for those objects. Yes, you literally pay for the tier. You can't say they don't pay for the tier. And yes, nobody is forcing them. Nobody's literally holding them at gunpoint, but they are manipulating them into showing them pictures of an already established cult following character that was created in the 80s for them to think that this is what they're getting. I mean, let's look at these tiers. Literally, you are showing pictures of Chucky with a different skin and saying, well, you can get this by buying this tier. Well, however, this may change. And by may, I'm not necessarily saying that it won't look like Chucky. It may just change in order to somehow pull some little, used car salesman tactic in order to manipulate you into thinking that, well, I'm saying that it could simply be this by saying may or may not. What the hell is this guy talking about? But with all that said, I was going back and forth on even making a video and responding to this nonsense. But I did put a poll out. You all wanted to see that. The people at Discord wanted to see that. The sponsors, the moderators, you all said yes, 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 yes. So I'm giving this to you all as a thank you for getting me to my goal of 2019. Because by 2019, I simply wanted 25,000 subs. That's all I was aiming at as a goal. and how the last week alone, it was over 1,000. I think it was like almost 1,600 subs you all brought in by sharing and liking and commenting. You guys are fucking killing it. You guys are the reason why this channel blows up, and I'm thanking you for it with this video. So with all that said, let me know down in the comment section below. Do you guys think that this guy is simply using the likeness of Chucky to try to get an already established cult following to fund his game? And that's why he's not updating the likeness of Chucky, but yet still sitting here and giving us updates, showing us different skins of Chucky, still updating the game, but not touching the likeness of Chucky. Also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all that great shit. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't, have kick-ass shit such as this. Also, don't forget to join us on Discord. Yes, that's right, because that's where all the cool people, at least all the cool subscribers are. We don't have many trolls or douchebags hanging out in there. They just, run their mouth in the comment section and then hide. They don't come where everybody's chilling. So if you want to join a really cool and fun interactive experience, hit that link down in the description below and join us in Discord. Also, don't forget to give away copies of Last of the Nightmare. That's right, copies, plural, more than one. Why would you want to pay for it when you could get it for free? Also, don't forget this video a big thumbs up because, well, I was going to say 100 likes will get you another Chucky, Charlie, whatever the hell they want to call this game video. But because it's not an asymmetrical survival horror game, we're not going to be doing this game, well, anymore on this channel. So, but give it a big thumbs up. I'll tell you what, get 100 likes. And instantly, when I see 100 likes, I'll film another video and I'll put it out. I'll try to get it edited and put it out the next day or the day after. How's that? That's my deal. Also, don't forget, merch link. Wait, this isn't my shirt. But anyways, the merch link is down in the description below. And as always, I'll see you next time.